Hi guys, and welcome back to a new video. In this video, I'll be talking about how to secure some of your hard-earned investments or profits actually in stock market or crypto and reinvest them into different form of investment, real estate namely, and then make some hopefully passive income over the next few periods until the next bull market starts. I will be talking about my own humble experience here. By all means, I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own due diligence, manage your own risks. And also, by the way, we're still at the very beginning at a bull market here in the cryptocurrency space. So there is still a bit of room to grow. There's still a bit of room to make some profits. But assuming that you've already made some profits, what to do next? Because many people, including myself, sometimes we just look at numbers, we don't sell, we don't buy, we don't do anything, and then the market crashes and we're back to square one. So we need to take some action this time, and we need to remind ourselves in this cycle that we might need to do things a bit differently to gain some passive income or some good profits over the longer run. Well, I would say that after a massive bull run, let's say, I'm just assuming numbers here. Let's say BTC, Bitcoin, you jumped in at around 50k. BTC goes all the way to 200k. It can possibly happen, and nobody knows when, but it can possibly happen, and it's feasible, and the market can facilitate such a movement. So let's say you sold at around 200k. I'm just giving numbers here. I'm assuming numbers even, and then you have 150k in pure profit. Depending on your country of residence, of course, you need to pay taxes. You need to know the regulations, when to cash out of crypto, how to deal with things, so you can advise, you can seek advice for your from your tax advisor, and then you can move with your money freely. Of course, if you're having any form of limited trading company, LTD in the UK or LLC in the USA, of course, things can be a bit different in your favor. Of course, if you're talking about large sums of money, you only have to pay corporate tax and that's it, but the money has to stay within the company itself. You don't have to cash it out as a form of income for yourself personally, because that would be a higher tax bracket, of course, depending again on your country, and you would have to do your own research. So let's assume that you have 150k in pure profit out of the bull market. Should you reinvest it in stock market? Should you reinvest it in crypto? Or should you invest it in something completely different? Well, me personally, I would say diversify. Why diversify? Stock market has cycles, but it's not really as clearly defined as crypto market. Crypto market, we have the 4-year cycle. Every halving of Bitcoin, you would know that BTC's price is gonna go all the way up until a certain point, and then it will crash severely once more. You know, BTC, Bitcoin, it went all the way from nearly 8k to nearly 70k. So that's 9x or even nearly 10x in price. That was back in the days in 2021, and then it crashed all the way back again to sub 8k USD. It was below 8k USD in 2022. So in a matter of 1 year, you're just having a lot of movement, a lot of volatility, and you can use it in your own favor. You can just use it to your own advantage. And when you look at the market and how it moves, you can time your entrance to the market and how to exit it and how to do things quite differently to gain some good profit. So so generally speaking here, if you say that you have 150k, how to reinvest that money? I would say divide it into 3 quarters, or even 3/3 sorry, and even you can put 2/3 into real estate and 1/3 into stock market. If you're not even in the stock market, I would say go to the stock market, study a little bit on some certain stocks, and probably you can start with the obvious ones: Apple, Tesla, Microsoft. You can look for stable stocks and study how they behave, how is the performance, how everything, and even you can look for something that gives you yearly dividends or even quarter yearly dividends, so you can secure some passive income along the way. Generally speaking, I'm not gonna get that much into details in stocks, but overall stocks can be a good way to secure some of your funds. But also know that stock market has its own ups and downs. Prices can go doubling in a matter of few months. It can crash in a matter of few days. So things can vary, things can move quite severely as well, but it's not as volatile as cryptocurrencies. So let's say you put 50k in stocks and you have a remaining 100k. What I did personally is bought a property. Property can generate a lot of income, more than you can imagine actually, and completely passive. Why? Well, if you locate if you locate yourself, sorry, I'm sitting on a beach here and it's not really comfortable. If you're locating yourself, if you're focusing on some areas where things can be quite cheap or bought for quite cheap, let's say Italy, Spain, Greece, whatever, and you know that these are holidays destination, then you can buy a property, you can rent it out in summer, in a high peak season, and then you can go all the way doing your business in your country of residence, of course, and this will generate income for you. And during the winter months, as you can see here, I'm sitting on the beach and it's there behind me, so things can be dealt with in that way. In winter it can be yours, and in summer it can be for others to generate a lot of income. I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that you can buy as low as maybe 20k properties here in Italy, or in Greece. You can also find some cheap bargains. Of course, I'm not talking about major cities. I'm not talking about Milan. I'm not talking about Rome. I'm not talking about Florence. I'm not talking about, city centers. I'm talking about small little towns, but by the sea, on the beach, you can find such good picks, and you can also start looking or discussing with your friends if you want to collectively put some money in a big bucket and then probably invest in a bigger city or a place with more potential. Of course, it comes with a little risk, but I would say it's better than just leaving the money lying around or entering any kind of form of high risk investment. Real estate will hold its value. Real estate, even if it doesn't sell again quickly, but it will sell eventually. Someone else will buy it from you if you want to sell it, so things can move into that direction. So generally speaking, when you put your 100k in a property, you can get yourself an apartment, a decently sized apartment, probably even a studio. You can put it on Airbnb, 50 bucks a night, 100 bucks a night, 200 bucks a night if you're talking about high season. So you can generate a lot of income, and this money will be working for itself. Once the bull market starts to show some signals again, then probably you can think about either reinvesting the whole money you put in stocks, or if you want to sell your property. I'm against selling properties. I do believe that properties, these cannot be generated. I have the belief, or I've read that somewhere, and I do truly believe it, that money can be printed, but land cannot be expanded. At least I'm not really a flat earth believer, but anyway, land cannot be expanded. So there is a certain amount of land, and it will always be that way. So, and there are a certain amount of cities that are well developed and decently developed that you can live in and people can enjoy. So me personally, I would say real estate investment can be a very safe form of investment if you want to exit the cryptocurrency after a successful bull market and good profits, so you can pour your money into that and then build a business model around it. You can of course hire a management company. They can clean it for you, they can manage the bookings, they can manage all the profits, all the taxes, everything, and of course they cut out commission. But at the end of the day, it's your time, your effort, and you can choose whether or decide whether you want to fully invest your time and effort into managing that property, or probably you can just hand it out to someone else and let them do the hard work for you. But in general, it's a good idea and it's working, and it can generate some good amount of money. That's it for this video. Of course, I will be updating you with more ideas, and let me know in the comments below if you've done that before or if you're even thinking about doing it, and see you next time. Bye bye.